and gents, hope everybody's okay. I'm coming on very quickly to show you a very quick, very simple, very easy flip card. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 5.5 by 4 1/4, and you're going to score that at 2 7/8, and then you're going to move it along. You're going to score 2 7/8 and then 7/8 from that 2 7/8, so you end up with that. Okay, so it's just like a little gusset, and you're going to do it exactly the same to your DSP. Just line mine up, only you're going to make it 1/8 of shorter all the way round to give you that little border. And then whatever shape you want to be your flip, as you can see I've drawn a square, right, but you'll notice I haven't gone over the score lines, okay, because that square is what you're going to cut round, but you're not going to cut over them score lines. Okay, now you can use a knife and a steel ruler. I'm going to use my trimmer. Oops, she says as the thing falls out and hits it in the face. Where's it gone? Me track. Sorry about that. Let me just get me pokey tool to clean that off a bit. And you should do that regularly, especially if you've been using glitter cardstock. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my score lines up so I know I've got the right border all the way around. Okay, now I'm going to put mine in. I'm going to butt it up, and I just want to see if that yeah. So I'm going to take it from, say, 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to go up to that score line, no further than that score line. That's really important, because otherwise your card won't work. So just up to that score line, lift it up, come across to the other side, and just up to my line that I've drew. Can you hear my dogs? That must be my hens. Then I'm going to turn it round. Okay, keeping my border, and I'm going to follow my line that I drew back up again. Okay, and we can always connect these up with scissors, so don't worry if you go a bit off. Yeah, it's definitely my hens. They don't like them as much as I don't like them. Just making sure I've got my pencil line. Okay, and I'm just going to go up to that score line and no further. Yeah, I'm going to come across. No, that's the hubby. I'm going to go up to that score line, sorry, my pencil line, and no further. Then I'm going to come over to this one, and again I'm going to go up to my pencil line and go up. Okay, and that's us done with the trimmer. So I'll show you now. Oh, I've managed to get all my corners. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. This is right. I'm going to go back there and give it a burnish. Okay, and we're not going to fold this centre panel. And then this one is going to come forward on them score lines. Hubby's just been away getting 4 new tyres for the car. Which has stung him the best part of 500 quid. So there's our flip. Okay. Now you can have yours going that way, but it's supposed to go that way. Okay, so what you're going to do is, I'm going to turn mine over, and because I know I don't want this bit folding, I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock 1/8 of an inch smaller, and you can do this with any shape. Especially if you're handy with a knife. If you're comfortable using a knife, then you can certainly do this with any shape, so long as you draw it on first and you just follow your draw lines. And as you can see, I've used the Be Merry DSP on there. I'm just going to trim this. Oops, get it straight now. So I've used the Be Merry DSP on the front of my card. And I still didn't cut it right. Oh, I have. So I'm going to stick that on there because I'm going to stick a greeting on the back as well. Because when you flip it, you can actually see what's on the other side. I have to fill my bottles up. Now I thought that they were barking carrying on. My Hermes is coming to lift a couple of parcels for me. And me and my Hermes has never got on. I don't know why. I've always been nice and decent to the man. But I think it's just the fact that I'm British. I don't think he quite likes it. Okay, and now we can stick. Keep putting it up the wrong way. Now see what I mean about you can see the back, and then when you flip it open you see the front. So now we can stick our front on, and we know it's going to line up because we know exactly that we cut it with our cardstock, so we know it's going to line up. And if you're uncomfortable cutting both together, what I suggest you do is get some very low tack tape. Like when I'm die cutting, I use this, and all it is the post-it note tape. So get some of this, roll it up so it's like a tube, and stick it on either side so you know your DSP won't move when you're cutting. And you don't have to tell people how you done it either. They're going to think you're marvellous. So I know this is going to line up. Let me just make sure before it adheres properly. So now I can give that a good adhere down. And if you want, you can come back in and redo your score lines. So we know our short side comes to the left. I'll just keep reminding myself. I didn't get that very straight today, that card. But you can take time with yours, so yours will look fantastic. Now I've got the star punch and I've got another piece of DSP out of that Be Merry paper. And because we have stars, where are they there, in this DSP, I thought this would be a good little add-on to decorate. And you know me, I don't like nothing flat, and that even goes for these stars. So I'm going to turn them the other way. This is the back actually of that DSP. What am I doing? Yeah, turning them the other way. Forgot myself then. And I just want these stars to look a bit puffy, that's all. I'm not trying to take away from the shape. I just want them to look a bit puffy. If you don't want to add dimension to yours, then by all means leave yours flat. I don't do flat very good, to be honest with you. I like something with a bit of dimension to them. Okay, so dimensionals, what have I done with them? I did have them. They're hiding under all my so what have I done with that? So you're going to start off with a piece of card that measures 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, you're going to score it at 2 7/8. Then you're going to move along 7/8 of an inch from that. See how they look puffy? And you're going to score again. Then you're going to put it in, you're going to draw a square or whatever shape you want, a circle, whatever, star even. You're going to draw that on top of your DSP. Don't forget, you can always rub it out afterwards. So you're going to draw that on top of your DSP. And then you're either going to, if it's straight lines, you can use your trimmer. If you've gone for a circle, oval, anything like that, I would suggest using your craft knife. I'm going to punch one more of them out. yeah, I would suggest using your craft knife. Then you will fold it back on itself and then forward on itself. There we go. And I won't decorate the rest of it, that's entirely up to you. So you start off with your piece of card that measures 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, you score it at 2 7/8, and I would score it right along because you're going to cover this anyway. So right down on top of your DSP and your cardstock, and then you're going to go along another 7/8 of an inch. So from your 2 7/8 you're going to go along another 7/8, and you're going to score it again. Then you're going to take whatever shape you're going to use. In this case I've used a square, and you can still see where I drew the outline for my square. I mean, I can always rub that out, that's not a problem. And you're either going to use your blade or your trimmer. In this case you see me use my trimmer, and you're just going to cut. Do not go over in between them score lines, because if you do, you buggered, you've made an aperture card. So avoid going over them score lines, in between them score lines, okay? And that will give you that lovely flip. And as I say, you can do that with any shape. It doesn't have to be a square. But give it a go. And if you do give it a go, tag me and let me know how you got on and what you did. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care for now. Bye.